Coming back,
with me as such from my city.
yeah.
From my city, there were like at least 150 to 180 students in total. But they were all we were on in different buses. For example, me, I booked like a small bus of 10 students, only with me and my friends. And there were other two buses coming with 70 students each approximately. So they also got there after us.
So how long you were there in Ukraine?
In Ukraine, 6 years now.
6
I've been
years.
there since 2016.
Which college?
Donetsk National Medical University, Trubimnitsky. And somehow managed this, but the situation is very tough. Like getting out is very difficult. It's stressful because there is literally flights, fighter jets hovering over you day long. You never know when you can get out. So those 3-4 days there were very stressful because you could barely sleep. Even at night, the fighter jet is still moving about you. You never know if that can be an attack on you. Yeah? So you were on your toes. There were alarms and sirens. You had to keep a watch for. You had to be very vigilant. If you hear an alarm, you have to go to your nearest bunker and be safe. That also, it doesn't assure you that it will be safe, but that's the best you can do. So those are all underground bunkers.
Food, water was the problem? Food and water?
Food, water, as of me personally, but as soon as we heard that morning, 24th morning, that there's a war, we immediately went to the supermarket. We bought some dry stuff like bread, rice, and we just kept it in. So we didn't have to go out. We bought like at least for 10-20 days, we bought some stuff and kept that, just at least dry stuff, which you can easily use and have. So we didn't have to bother about that. Luckily, there was electricity, at least in my city, because it wasn't affected with the airstrike. When as per with there, so it was okay. We managed somehow.
So Indian government.
The thing is, we had to get out of the border ourselves.
It was on your risk.
Yes, you were going out on your risk. You were like, you have to get to the border yourself. You cross the border. Once you cross the border, our Indian embassy officials are there for you. So crossing the border is up to your risk. Whether you make it alive or dead is your personal problem. That's kind of the thing. Like that's how basically I'm putting it in my words. Yeah, like you have to take the risk. You either stay, it's still risky. You either leave, it's your risk. But they will take your responsibility once you're outside the border. Till you're inside Ukraine, they were not taking your responsibility because they cannot come in. We had to come out of the border, and then the embassy people were there for us.
College is closed now.
Yeah. Even the day of the war, there were online classes, but after like 26-27, they declared like 2 weeks of holiday as per the law.
There are some rumors.
They had given advisories saying that you were supposed to be killed. There were students leaving. That's the reason around, like they said, 4,500 students. They actually left. People actually left. But again, flights were full. Plus, flights were super expensive. Like usually, I'll tell you, we travel for like maximum of 28,000 one way. So if it's a two-way, we usually pay only about 50,000 two ways. And now it was like almost 73,000, 80,000 one way.
After that advisory?
Yes.
After that advisory?
Yes, immediately after the advisory.
Even they were taking undue advantage?
Yes, yes. So I don't know whatever was their reason for it, but that's the thing. Even though it was like 70,000, 80,000 people still booked flights, they still left. But not everybody could. And because, again, everybody was booking flights, the flights were full. You couldn't take the chance. So whoever got the flight, they got the flight. Not everybody could. So yeah, that was the situation. Not everybody could book at the moment.
But government of India was sending their own flights?
No, sir. They were scheduled like the week the assault happened. That was the time they were scheduled.
Yeah.
So,
Not soon after the advisory?
No.
After that attack, they started sending?
Yeah.
Okay. Meantime, you are already crossed?
In the beginning of February, many students left. As soon as they saw the advisory, people were like, okay, let's leave. So there were many students who left. Again, see, that's the two things. One, who actually had money at the moment, and two, who first come, first serve basis. You were lucky enough to book it quickly, then you got the flight, or it was just booked. So we couldn't just leave like that.
Just 3 months were there?
Also the issue.
Now what do you request to government like 3 months? Can they accommodate you somewhere in their medical institution and let you complete whatever that?
I don't know, sir. It depends on the situation. As of now, we are just worried about Ukraine. I'm just worried about how things are going to go there. It's only two ways. Either Ukraine stands or Ukraine falls. So we have to see. We are supporting Ukraine, of course, because Ukraine has sheltered us for 6 years. And I'll tell you, Ukrainian people are very welcoming. They love Indians. They are very appreciative of Indians. I don't know about the rumors going around that Ukrainians are against Indians. No, I don't know. But the civilians that I've met, I have made some friends there. Ukrainian citizen friends. They're very sweet. They're very loving and they're very welcoming to you. And And I really love the city. I'm like, I feel so bad. I understand, yes, the government, appreciate it. I'm very thankful. But again, that doesn't leave us in peace because we are still worried about, that is like a second home. So imagine if your home is burning down, you won't be at peace. So we're just hoping that the war ends soon and things will be good.
So do you know what is the reason for war exactly? What happens? You were there in Ukraine, so you heard anything?
As of us, no, sir. I cannot really state a reason because the reasons given that were Russia felt threatened by Ukraine wanting to join the European Union and the NATO, which I don't know why they were threatened for, because Russia is one of the most powerful countries in the world. They're a powerful nation, and Ukraine is never going to go attack Russia as such. So that was the reason they gave, but that doesn't mean that you can just launch a civilian attack and kill thousands of people. That is still very inhumanitarian. It's very inhuman. I don't know. So as such, there's no reason I can tell you. It was just an invasion, a full-fledged invasion. That's all I
You
can
must be
say.
having your Ukrainian friends over there. Are they in touch with you now?
The Ukrainian friends?
Yeah.
Yes, so there are a few who I can.
What is the situation? What is their situation now right now?
They're on their toes. Anytime they hear an alarm, they have to go hide back in the bunkers. They cannot come out just like that. They have to stay inside till there is like, they're given like green sign, like, okay, you can just move out. Again, if you're out of supplies, if you don't have food, you have to come out. Or just survive with whatever you have. So as of now, I spoke to some of the people. They're okay at the moment, the ones I know. But still, then they're like, things are just going out, troops are just walking in, so it's a very risky thing. Even for the students stranded over there at the moment, the problem with the students there is they are definitely hiding in places. They are in bunkers, they are in other places. They cannot come out easily. I understand the government wants them to come to a particular point, like, okay, get here by this time. Like, for example, yesterday, there was this notice given that you have to somehow make it to the border by 6 o'clock or something. I understand, yes, whoever is there, they can take the risk and come out. But again, it's very risky to come out because there is fresh assault still going on. There are bombings happening, shellings happening. So you're taking a risk if you're moving out. It's not that easy to get out all the students, but I think the IAF will do a great job because they have been appointed now. They have been giving the orders. I even saw the news that one of the flights has already landed, evacuated some students, the IAF. So I have trust in the IAF. They will do their stuff.
Soon after the war, you'll book your first flight back to your Ukraine.
Yeah. So we have to, because again, like you asked before, like what about our education remaining? As for 60, for the first to 5th years, they can still stay home this whole year. They can somehow manage it online. There's no problem. For us 6th year, we will have our final exams in May. We were supposed to, at least. May 25th, 26th was our final exams. There's this exam called CROC in Ukraine, which is at the end of 3rd year and 6th year. So CROC 2 was scheduled for May 25th and 26th. So we were supposed to answer that, but now we are not sure what to do. After that, that's like our final exam, and after that, we will also have some practical exams. So we have to be there. So we don't know.
Why Indian students prefer medical in Ukraine? What is the reason
There's
exactly?
barely any seats in India, and
Hardly any seats in India.
Hardly any seats in India. It's not like there are no seats. Again, consider, for example, one seat in India. How much do you think approximately is the cost? I'm just asking. Do you have an approximate idea?
You can be private or private?
Private.
40, 50 or 30, 40, 25 like something.
I'm not sure. It's much more. It is much more. Trust me. You see, the way you said, you were like it was a
But
reasonable.
there was
thing.
question mark.
yeah, but the amount you stated was like, okay, reasonable enough. No, it's much more. Like, first thing first, India super corrupted. So sorry. Yeah, and getting, I won't even state the price. You can check it for yourselves, but just comparatively, I'll tell you, if one student here, considering private sector, if you're getting a seat, or if you're buying a seat as such in private sector, there is at least 4 to 5 students who can complete their whole education with that amount that you just purchase the seat for in India. So you can imagine, for example, mine, if I calculate the total amount, the total will be around 35 lakhs, my total education. Total, in Ukraine, total.
With stay, food, everything.
Yes, sir. So, including, within 40 lakhs, you are done with everything. 6 years of stay, food, accommodation, everything. And are you really telling me that it's still worth it in India? And again, that's not just the thing. India is not like, it will give you seats just because you're score. They will again have caste systems. And it's not like the general will be given the SC/ST. the SC/STs are still given the general
General
caste.
seats.
So that's again unfair. So that's the issue. If India had fair enough things, we would stay in India. Nobody wants to go. Indian education is really great. I'm not even comparing. Indian education, Indian medical education is really amazing. My dad himself, he studied in Goa. He's a doctor. He's really great. I can tell you. I cannot compare the two medical systems, but there's no seats, so I have to.